Hello, good morning once again. This is your savings tutor, Patrick Ban speaking. Today, we are going to just look at the various types of financial institutions that we have, especially in Ghana. Most often than not, we hear people saying, "Oh, I have an account with a bank. I'm saving with the bank." But often than not, you go and do a research about it and you realize that it's not a bank. So therefore, we want to understand the various types of financial institutions that we have in Ghana today. We have two main types of financial institutions. Now, this classification is given by the central bank. So in Ghana, we have the class 1 type of institutions and we have the class 2. Now, class 1 type of institutions are basically made up of the universal banks, or what we formerly call commercial banks. Now, as we speak, because of the recapitalization that most banks went through, we have basically 23 banks in Ghana now. So these banks form the class 1 banks, and these banks have direct supervisory connections with the central bank. So for them, everything that they do, they report directly to the central bank. Now, when we come to the class 2 institutions, that's where we have the microfinance, we have the savings and loan, we have the credit union, we have the rural banks. These are the institutions that form part of the class 2 banks or class 2 institutions. We should never confuse the two. Now, when you have your money or you invest with the class 2, which I've just mentioned, the rural banks, the savings and loans, the finance houses, the supervisory rule of Bank of Ghana or central bank on them is not as tight or as serious as the universal bank. There's a margin of higher risks with the class 2 institutions than the class 1 institution. It's very difficult for anybody to lose an investment or any form of savings with the class 1 institution because Bank of Ghana forms as or stands or acts as the lender of last resort, as we all learned in school. Whenever these banks are going through challenges, central bank is obliged to come and support them. So last year and last 2 years, we realized that some banks had to be merged with others, and depositors' monies were raised through bonds to support these banks. It is the duty of the central bank to support these banks, but that of the class 2, that's the savings and loans, microfinance, that role of the central bank is not as high as that of class 1. So you always have to be mindful when you decide that you want to send your monies or investment to a class 2 institution. You have to be mindful of the fact that the risk level over there is higher. Maybe the returns will be higher, but the risk is higher, and people should be ready to accept that the higher the risk, the higher the returns. So therefore, when there are any challenges, you know exactly where to target. As I said in my last video, these are things that we need to understand, so that when we are taking risks, we will be calculative in our risk taking. We don't just take any risks when we know that possibilities of failure cannot be attacked on the central bank directly. These are things that we need to understand, so that we don't become ignorant of some of these basic financial knowledge that we need to know. I hope today you've enjoyed and you've learned something, that we have two main types of financial institutions in Ghana. We have the class 1 and the class 2. The class 1 form the universal banks, which at the moment you have 23 of them. And we have the class 2, which has microfinance, savings and loans, finance houses, rural banks, the Susu collectors. They all form part of the class 2. If you enjoyed the video, kindly share the video link. You can also subscribe, and you can also follow me with my subsequent videos. God bless you.